All right, today I am here with Cheryl Snow, and we are talking teaching methodology and pedagogy. And Cheryl is a alumni of UNLV Dance Department. She
Mhm.
has her BFA in Performance and Choreography. And I'm going to let her just give you a real short kind of bio of where she went after she graduated from
Awesome.
UNLV.
Thank you. Yeah, so I graduated from UNLV with my BFA. I was teaching all throughout. I started teaching at a young age. It's always been something that has piqued my interest. And when I graduated, I was doing industrials around the city. I danced with a dance company, Sample Dance, a contemporary dance company, but I was always teaching throughout. I always had an interest in choreography, so I was doing choreography competitions and showcases. And then I became the artistic director of a dance studio here in Vegas. And then my business partner and I bought the studio, and we're now co-owners and co-directors. We have a competitive dance team that travels and competes seasonal as well as a rec program. So I've been doing lots of teaching throughout.
Wow. Okay, so before I get to my pedagogical question that I have,
Mhm.
would you just give me just a small little sampling of what's the rec program versus the studio competitive program?
Yeah, absolutely. So our rec program would be our recreational students. These are students that um, take maybe anywhere from one to about like 5 classes a week. They're maybe not quite as serious. They do it more for fun, community type of experiences. Maybe not quite as advanced. They'll do the year-end show with us, so they do perform, but not as advanced. Our competition program, these dancers will be dancing, 15 to 20 hours a week. They basically go to school and then come straight to the studio and train every day. They'll take 3 to 5 hours of ballet a week, as well as their jazz. We make sure that they're a very versatile program. So they're taking tap still, they're taking hip hop, they take their acro, they're taking all styles, and then they're also working on their choreography classes where they're learning their choreography, and then on weekends throughout the competition season they will go and compete these numbers.
Wow,
So it's a quite a different experience for them. Yeah, they spend a lot of time at the studio.
wonderful. Where's your larger group? Is it the rec program is larger than?
Yeah, the rec program is larger than our competitive program, but we often do have, that's where we get our competitive dancers, is from the rec program. They see these dancers in the studio all the time and they want to be like them. And so they start taking more and more classes and then become a little bit more serious about their training.
Awesome. That's wonderful. So you've got one program that feeds the other program, which is a group
Absolutely.
marketing.
Yep.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent job. Okay. So let's go and dig deep on describe your teaching style and your methods of getting across that technique to the students.
All right. So my teaching style and methods, sometimes it really depends on the group that I'm teaching, but overall, I would say that it's a bit energetic and very hands-on is the way that I teach. So I love to find a connection with my students, and I feel like when they connect to me, then they begin to trust me more, and then I am able to get across what I'm my style and my technique more. They Once the students trust you, then they'll believe that what you're trying to get them to do is correct, and they'll believe in you. And I think it's very important to get your students to believe in you and find that trust in order for them to really, really be able to absorb what you're trying to get to them. So, like I said, I do change up my methods. I teach all levels and all ages. So, I'll go into one class teaching my babies where I feel like a clown the entire class because I'm acting and I'm telling a story the entire class so that the kids are engaged and are only thinking about having fun and not realizing that they're really working on this difficult technique and motor skills. And then I'll go into my advanced contemporary where I tone it down and I have to connect with the teenagers on a different level. And that's really where I have to find how to gain their trust. And I still do a lot of follow me, and I'll give you the bones, and then you put on the skin, you put on the clothes, you put on the style. Also, a lot of my technique, I love poetry and words, and I think that the kids going through school are really involved in this. So I always go back to comparing dancing to speaking. So I do a lot of that in my methodology. I'll talk about how we form sentences and our dance vocabulary and our dance phrases just coexist with speaking and forming poetry and all of that. So I do a lot of trying to relate dance to the normal outside world as well, so that that all comes and collides together within the studio.
Really important, I think, educational process for the youth and
Mm-hmm.
for adults
Right.
to see that there is this transference. There are these comparable things, and as
Right.
they go through life, as you show them, and then they learn that, then they are making those connections in everything around them as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
good. It reinforces principles that you're teaching just
Yeah.
over and over again. Really
Yes.
good.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so I'm going to be more specific then. I'm going to say, like you talked about energetic and voice.
Mm-hmm.
Do you use your voice to come down in energy? Do you use your voice to make an accent, or
Yes.
do you, yeah,
Yeah, I'm a very vocal teacher, and I think that this is another thing going back to language. I talk about, if I were to just talk in one tone the entire class and it would just be even throughout, that's not something that my point is going to get across, and you dancers are going to fall asleep. So I need to inflict my voice, and I need to go up and I need to go down, and then sometimes I'll whisper to my younger ones. I need to tell them, come in close, and that's when they really become engaged. And but then also I can project my voice and get them excited. So I do think it's a lot about my voice. I'm a very like in your face
yeah.
kind of vocal teacher, and I use my voice so much with teaching, using it as the counts, using the sounds, all of that, all the
Quality,
things that come out of my mouth.
yeah, the
Really.
quality comes through in the quality of your voice too.
Yeah.
Awesome. What about like count in when you count them into going across the floor, or you set up your floor patterns, or any of those
Mm-hmm.
pedagogical tools that we use to organize
Yeah.
class or to keep it running and pacing on time.
Yeah, I think one of the things I teach from the very beginning, it's so important for counts. I think that with my young ones, I always teach them the 5, 6, 7, 8 count, and I don't allow them to move before I get done saying the 8. So they know that they are not allowed to start whatever it is that they're doing until we've finished counting 5, 6, 7, 8. Then they can move. And I also make them count with me. My older ones, they actually make fun of me a bit because I have this thing where I always go 5, 6, huh, huh, and I'm always making different sounds, but they know huh, huh means 7, 8, and let's go. So there are things that you realize kind of become your go-to things, but it helps because the students see that as their cue. They're waiting for that, and they know. And so when they hear that, they know it's time to go. They get their alignment and they perk up and they're ready. They're attentive.
The importance of the starting moment to teach them when it
Absolutely.
starts, and then also put a finish on it.
Yeah, I think it's very important. I also get into the habit of, if they are not showing me that they're ready, a phrase I go to back to is, show me you're ready, I'll wait. If you're not ready, you do not get to dance. So if you're not showing me your correct alignment by the 8, then you're not ready to dance, because that's where we create our bad habits. So they have to show me on the 5, 6, 7, 8 that they've found their alignment for whatever it is we're about to do, whether they need to be in B+ or their true parallel position, depending on what we're doing. But if they're not ready, then they don't get to continue on. And I think that's something that is important from the beginning to teach them.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And again, life skills.
Yes,
Transfers
exactly.
over to other things in their life. They need to be ready
They need to be
to
prepared.
do something in life
Yep.
outside of dance as well. Yeah.
Yeah.